Okay, here we go. We're back for another time in Salem at midnight, or roundabout. Drinking another hard seltzer. This one is the lemon and raspberry, and I put extra lemon juice and basil in it because I'm fancy and it's good. Alright, so last time we talked to Olivia and she was being cagey and suspicious. What's this again? Could we give her the business card? Well, I guess we gave her the jacket. Okay, so let's talk to
Nancy, hey,
Tegan.
How's the investigation going?
Pretty well. You know, it would really help if I could get May to talk to me.
She hasn't given her alibi yet.
No, and everyone seems to have one, except her.
Everyone? Is it possible that it could be someone from outside of town? A visitor or something?
Absolutely. But statistically speaking, crime is rarely a random occurrence.
It's a mystery to me. You have anything you wanted to talk about?
Yes, apparently I have a lot of things. Okay. Well, I guess we can ask her.
Do you remember what you were doing 3 nights ago?
3 days ago? Well, I was probably working here. Why?
You were working at the museum. Can anyone confirm that?
Well, I'm always here.
But was anyone else here?
May was home all day, laying low, and Olivia wasn't here either. I don't know where she was, to be honest. You'll have to ask her.
Supposedly
So
at the
no one
spa.
can confirm that? And you're sure May was at home?
She's barely left the house since the incident. People here treat her like she has an infectious disease. It's awful. And I don't blame her if she wants to sit at home on her phone all day. Ugh. Her parents need to come home. Soon.
This reminds me, I know that Olivia said that she doesn't have receipts or anything, and it was like a free thing, but ostensibly I could call the place and ask, and they would know. It wasn't that long ago. But why isn't that an option? Let's see. So we can ask about the photograph. Let's ask about her alibis,
Where were you
first.
on the night of the fire?
I was at my boyfriend's watching a movie. Here, this is his number. You can ask him.
Have you been dating Damien for a long time?
Yeah, a couple years, I think. I like him. I mean, I really do. He listens to me. Yeah, he's great.
Was he with you the whole night?
I mean, most of the night. I don't think he's capable of arson, if that's what you're suggesting.
You trust him?
Absolutely, 100%. Go ahead, call him. You'll see. So, I gotta ask. What do you get out of this?
I get a lot.
Really? You travel around, talk to all these people, deal with all their problems, put yourself in harm's way?
Not always. All right, some of the time. I don't know. It's like there's these small obstacles that I enjoy working on, and they're interesting. But what I really love is the puzzle of humanity. What makes people tick? Why do people do what they do? It's always the hardest one to crack, because sometimes we do things that don't make sense. We're inherently irrational. Know what I mean?
You know, there's a theory about why these specific women were persecuted as witches. Some people believe that ergot, which is a fungus that grows in cereal grains, might have gotten into the food supply. It poisons anyone who eats it. Hallucinations, circulation issues, seizures. It would have made people look like they were possessed. Or made the judges think they were doing God's will. Or make the whole town go haywire.
A rational explanation for irrational behavior.
Just a theory. We'll never know. Anyway, I don't want to keep you. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm not done yet.
What's the history behind the Hathorn estate?
Right. Well, Judge John Hathorn was born and raised in Salem. His father was a decorated military man who had many real estate holdings throughout New England. And when Judge Hathorn became a justice, he tried to expand those holdings. Much of the land that the Hathorn estate was built on was actually seized property from accused witches.
So awful. I think the land stealing part was even mentioned in Olivia's tour.
Didn't expect her to actually care about the history. At the time, no one made the connection, not even in court documents. But it happened.
Do you think the fire is somehow related to Salem's history with witches?
What do you mean?
Like, is it meant as a symbolic gesture? Because that's how most witches died?
That was a European thing. No, they were more civilized in the New World. We hung our witches. Short drop, so they slowly choked to death. A couple more died in custody awaiting trial, and one, an elderly man who refused to testify, was pressed to death.
Pressed?
Yeah. They put a bunch of heavy stones on top of you, over a period of days.
That's horrible.
She did not know the weight until she felt the freedom. Scarlet Letter. Also a descendant of Judge Hathorne. Except Nathaniel Hawthorne was so horrified with his family's history that he added a W to change it.
Wow. The
Nancy,
focus
you
on
already knew that.
descendants
We read
isn't
that
really
already.
something they teach you in school.
Yep. We think our world is so much more advanced now, but we have a hard time escaping our past.
Okay. Well,
How did Francis Tuttle come to
keep
own
asking
the
about
property?
the property.
Ms. Tuttle bought it 30 years ago, cheap. It was falling apart. The former owners couldn't be located, so it was auctioned.
Oh,
She
interesting.
was a bit of a kooky lady living in a ruin like that, but she was kind. I mean, she took in Lauren like a daughter.
Oh, Lauren's not
That says
actually her
something about
daughter.
someone, doesn't it?
I agree.
I didn't realize that. Let's talk about May.
Can you tell me about the accident May was in when she was a kid?
Why do you need to know that? How is it important?
I didn't
Obviously,
think it was, but everyone else sees reason to believe May
It's
is the one
why
who
she's
burned
being
Hathorne House. So that makes it
pinned.
important. I know.
It
or it's
started
why
with
this
the
crime is
arson.
being pinned on her.
She has other convictions on her juvenile record as well.
What happened?
It was an old shed near our home. May was about 9 or so. She was in it one night. She shouldn't have been. Playing with candles, a lighter, I don't know. It caught fire. She was charged.
She was so young.
I feel responsible. She shouldn't even have been there, and I'm the older sister.
It's not your fault. I'm sorry to upset you. It helps me to understand.
Just don't talk to May about it.
Oh, I'm
please.
1000% gonna talk to May about it. Okay.
Deirdre only mentioned it in passing, but you and Olivia used to be friends?
We were, and I guess it doesn't hurt to mention that Lauren was a part of our little group as well. But that was years ago.
So you don't get along now.
Things changed.
Did something happen?
I don't see why this is relevant. Aren't you supposed to be clearing my sister's name? She doesn't need more blame for things she didn't do.
What did she get the blame for before?
This town wants someone to blame for everything. She's different and gets singled out.
I want to know more about anyone who might have a motive for the fire. Maybe you can help if you know them, even as old friends.
I guess. Go on.
What can you tell me about Olivia?
What can I tell you about Olivia? I can tell you that I think her shtick is ridiculous. And that she's doing this town a disservice by selling this silly idea of broomsticks in this double toil and trouble version of witches.
That was Bubble
This is a
Bubble.
place of real history, and she wants it to be a theme park.
Do you think she would have burned down the Hathorne house?
I suppose it would be good for business. People love a ruin.
Especially a haunted ruin.
She is pretty happy lighting fires. But I don't know. I only want my sister cleared.
I know. We're getting there.
It's kinda
I
weird
can't
how
help
she
but
holds her
think
arms.
about the rumor Olivia talks about. The coven.
You shouldn't pay any attention to her stories. She just says whatever she thinks
Why
the
is she
crowd
doing
wants.
this?
Real history isn't interesting to Olivia.
So you never heard this rumor elsewhere?
I didn't say that. There are no witches in Salem. Just showy frauds and stupid kids doing stupid things. Don't trouble yourself with ancient history and rumors. There's a real kid in trouble who needs your help.
What can you tell me about Lauren?
Lauren is a piece of work. Olivia may pretend to be a witch, but Lauren thinks she's a witch, you know? They are as bad as each other. The real legacy and history of Salem is what's important, not over-the-top stories and hokey potions and lotions.
So you don't go to her shop?
I've never been in, but I've had the tea. My advice? Stay away from the Sunleaf. Can ruin your whole day.
Do you think she would burn down Hathorn House?
I don't know, maybe? If she thought it would help her stay on the grounds. She certainly doesn't want anyone else having it, even if there are historical and legal reasons.
I mean,
But like I said, I don't really know her that well anymore.
that does seem kind of crazy though. Like, why would she set fire to it if she wanted to keep it?
There was this photo tucked away in the guest room.
Now I'm really embarrassed. Such an awkward age.
Is that Olivia
Especially
and
if she
Lauren
knew
in the picture
that
with
the
you?
will was in
Yeah.
there somewhere.
We were pretty tight back then. Had to take
Which she did.
pictures.
I couldn't tell where it was taken. Do you remember? There were lots of books and candles.
It was probably the... I don't know. Books and candles are everywhere in Salem. It could be anywhere. It was years ago. I don't really remember.
Why doesn't anybody remember this?
Talk to you later.
I think that they all do, and they're just being cagey about it. Okay. Well, I think that we should go talk to May some more. And maybe the Hardy Boys. Oh, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh, was this car was here? We've talked to Lauren. Yeah, I think let's go back to the house. I really want to put this pumpkin down. I don't understand why I can't stick it on. It's very upsetting to me. Haven't moved, huh?
Hey, are you feeling any better about the case?
Nope.
We're going to find out who did this, May. I promise.
If you say so. Look, thanks for breakfast. I just want to say, I know you're trying to help, but I think you're wasting your time.
Talk to you later.
Okay, I can't ask her about anything else. Alright. Are the Hardy Boys still here? No. Nobody's cleaned up breakfast? Can I get into her room yet? Is Nancy,
I probably shouldn't be in May's room without an invitation.
and I can't go in here.
Oops, wrong door. The guest room is at the end of the hall.
Okay. Oh, can I put the pumpkin in the window? Is that where I put the pumpkin? This is the
Can't
most
use that
important
here.
thing. Well, where can I use it? Okay. So there's nothing to do here. I think I might have to call people. Let's see. Yeah, gather alibis. Can I call? Oh, I can call some people. Okay. Well, let's get some cool scenery, some blustery trees, and call some people. Alright, I guess let's just go down the line. Let's call Dad first.
Hey, you reached Carson Drew's home number. For business inquiries, please call my office and I'll get back to you. Anyone else is welcome to leave a message after the beep.
We'll say that this is pretty par for the course for Nancy Drew games. Just like, okay, talk to everyone until something
Hello?
happens.
Is this Damien Faulkner?
Yeah? Who is that?
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm a private investigator.
bit
currently
blustery
working
out
the
here.
Hathorn House
Can't
case
really hear
on behalf
you.
of Judge Danforth. Do you mind if I take up a minute of your time?
Go ahead.
Just wanted to follow up on some statements.
Statements made by whom?
Tegan Perry,
Yes?
your girlfriend.
Right.
Where were you?
Sorry, but were these statements given to the police?
No. They were given to me, willingly.
Yeah, sorry. I work for Alicia, and I've learned to make sure that when you're being questioned, you always have a lawyer present. I don't want to sound like I'm guilty or complicit, I just know my rights.
Of course.
But you sound trustworthy.
Oh, thanks. How long have you
Oh,
worked for
thanks.
Alicia?
I've interned for her for a while, but she doesn't really pay attention to me.
You seem to know a lot about legal framework.
I listen to her on the phone. A lot. Anyway, I was with Tegan on the night of the fire. That's what you wanted to know, right?
Yeah. And what did you guys do?
Watched a movie.
Okay. Which movie?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. Tegan picks. You know, they're always some kind of vampire, drama, apocalyptic, teenagey, angsty thing. Don't tell her, but I never pay attention. I'm into hard sci-fi.
Oh, good to know.
Anything else, or...?
No. Thanks for talking to me.
Yep, sure. Bye.
Okay, maybe I can talk to Alicia and get him to open up a little bit more. Deirdre?
Hello? Deirdre?
Help me!
Deirdre!
I got you. Deirdre 1, Nancy 0. Ugh, you're so gullible.
It's not funny.
Come on. Yes, it is. You know what? I like it. Because now I know how much you care.
Of course I care, Deirdre. Despite your best efforts.
Well, anyway, I have some information for you. Frances Tuttle? What do you know about her?
She's the former owner of Hathorn House.
What? That's it?
Well, I thought you were going to research.
It all goes back to Frances Tuttle. Check it out. She took over the Hathorn House estate in 1992. Although I found 3 different marriage announcements in the Salem News, she was never married and never had any biological children. The only living heir now is Lauren Holt. She met Frances Tuttle and was officially adopted in 2006.
The judge said there was a will. Lauren confirmed that.
Exactly. But as far as I can tell, there is no will. Nothing was ever filed with the town clerk. No lawyer has
Oh
stepped
yeah,
forward with
maybe
a copy.
the will has been
Frances was in her
destroyed.
late 80s
in
when
the
she
fire.
passed, and she had a stroke a few years earlier. Maybe she was confused.
Are you saying you think that Lauren burned down her own house?
Sounds bizarre, I know. But it's the most likely scenario.
But why?
Because in Salem, a historic property is classified differently if it's a ruin versus being an intact structure.
Oh.
Without a will, a ruined property is preserved as is.
So Lauren could stay there.
Mhm.
Because she knew.
Now,
She
I don't
thought
think living
that
in a tarred-out building
she
is
couldn't
great
find
for
the
your
will.
health, but it's a theory.
Okay. See if you can find out anything else.
Hmm.
I'll meet you back at the Perry house later.
Oh, Lauren's back on the suspect list. We still need to go talk to Lauren about that because we did find that note. I mean, I could call them. I kind of want to go talk to Lauren though. Because I don't think we talked to her since finding that note. Wait, can we look at this? Yeah. Can we give this to Lauren? If I can get over there. Hey, Lauren.
Hi, Nancy. You're back soon.
I just have a couple more things I wanted to ask you.
Well, lucky for you, it's quiet here today. Shoot.
No.
See you later.
I want to ask you about this.
Hi, Nancy.
Ah, fuck.
See you.
Lauren, what do you think about this? Why can I not show this to her? Ugh, okay. Well, I guess we'll keep going down the line then.
Hi again. It's me, Nancy Drew.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Time difference. My bad.
No problem. I assume you are calling because you have questions?
Yeah, I do actually, if you don't mind.
Please, go ahead.
What do you know about hauntings, ghosts, and global witch trials?
Ah, well, Mosam Castle is one of the most haunted castles in the world. Unsurprising, considering the amount of war and bloodshed around the castle,
witches, werewolves, ghosts.
Can you tell me more about the ghosts?
The reports are always similar. Sounds of bumps upstairs, footsteps in the hallways, doors opening and closing on their own. Some people feel a cold touch or a person breathing on them when nobody is near. Floating light orbs are also a common phenomenon in ghost sightings.
Do you believe these reports?
When claims remain this steady over the years, it's hard not to believe. But I do understand it is possible to fool your own senses when you expect something to happen. The mind is suggestible that way.
Ah, like the way we recognize faces in random shapes and patterns. We look for sense in the incomprehensible.
Perhaps like that. I can't say for sure.
Werewolves too? Wow.
Yes, in the 19th century, deer and cattle were found torn apart in the area around the castle.
But that could have been any wild animal.
Indeed. Imagination runs wild when people are afraid.
Thank you for your
Okay,
time.
Well, that
I gotta
was
go.
You're welcome, Miss Drew.
not super
Let me know what
illuminating.
you find out.
I will. Have a nice night.
Okay, who's next? Frank.
Nancy.
Hey, how's it going? Find anything?
Nothing. Aside from the weird looks from the woman who lives here. Lauren Holt, I think her name was. To be fair, it looks like we're drilling for oil with all this equipment. Whoa! Cold spot! Grab that EMP meter, Frank! Quickly!
What, you mean this? It says EMF.
Yeah, that one!
This one? Or this one? This one? You're sure?
Yes!
Because I have these other devices here like ESP, or PSN, or NASA.
Come on, Frank, hurry! God, it's gone! We're going to have to be quicker to catch these paranormal phenomena.
Oh, I love Frank and Joe.
Oh, hey, Nancy,
It's nice that
forgot
it's
to
the
tell
same
you.
voice actors,
On the way
too.
into town, I spotted surveillance cameras on the outside of the
It's making me
courthouse.
nostalgic.
Try checking the footage. I'm sure they have cameras on the inside as well.
Yeah, good catch.
We'll let you know if we catch any
How
phenomena.
can I check the footage?
Thanks. Talk soon.
Okay. Well, then let's go do that. I didn't realize there was footage at the courthouse. Oh, God. Fighting with the controls. For a game that advertises as 360 movement, this sure is difficult to maneuver. I love this one lone lady who's just sitting here staring at the pumpkins.
A specter may be hanging over Salem.
She is certainly in the Halloween spirit. Look at her. Staring at hay bales. Oh, hey! It's this guy.
I knew you couldn't resist.
God.
Yes, you are correct, Jason. I could not.
I'm open tomorrow night. Or tonight. Or right now. Lady's choice.
How about 3 nights ago?
Wait. We already went on a date?
Jason.
Definitely not.
Oh.
Where were you on the night Hathorn House was burned?
Oh, right. I was,
Do you remember?
yeah, it's coming to me. Primal Cuts.
I'm sorry.
It's a steakhouse. I was there with my dad. Great steak, very expensive. Hilton. So, if we haven't been on a date yet, does that mean we're going to go on one in the future?
No, thank you. I have another question for you.
Yes, it's true. I'm single.
Oh my
I
God.
actually wanted to know what you were doing 3 days ago.
Are you sure that's what you want to know?
Yes,
I was actually digging out a stump in Alicia Cole's backyard.
you. Digging out a stump.
What? Yeah. Not my favorite pastime, but I can't really say no to the money. I mean, it gives a good tan. Ladies can't say no to a hot bob.
Okay.
You don't believe me? Oh, maybe you should ride with me to the beach. I can show you.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
See you later.
Alright, very helpful, Jason. Thank you. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna leave it here, and next time we'll see if we can see the camera footage. Alright, so see you later. Bye!